Sobrevivo sin saber si voy. Sobrevivo sin saber si voy. Sobrevivo sin saber si voy. Sobrevivo sin dónde estoy.
It would be nearly 100 years before the Franciscan Order would cross over into present-day New Mexico and establish their missions in the Santa Fe territory. Their sole objective in dealing with the Indians, as was the case for the British and French, was conversion. Simply put, they were merchants of other gods. Several accounts state that the Indians were extremely idolatrous. However, some scholars have pushed back, asserting that idolatry was used as an excuse for mistreatment and enslavement of natives. Essentially, they had become unconsciously engaged in a religious war. These religious wars fought on the heels of a massive catastrophe, most likely a series of semi-cataclysmic events that changed the geology of the earth. This area of the continent changed face from a well-watered metropolis full of wonders to the arid, desolate, otherworldly ghost realm we recognize as Planet Four Corners today. The majority of these groups, recognized as quasi-indigenous from the Southwest, were actually supplanter populations who migrated from other areas after the catastrophe. Whatever happened out there is the hidden saga of Earth history, often recasted through indigenous mythology. An area once sprawling with people and advanced civilization is now literally uninhabited. Millions of undiscovered acreage man has not stepped foot upon since ancient times. During ancient times, this place was quite different, especially regarding the people archaeologists say were inhabiting the area prior to colonization. As we will come to learn, many of the civilizations in operation spanning back at least a millennia had just fallen prior to the arrival of the first Spaniards to the Southwest. The dominant cultures in the region as classified by accepted archaeology were the Patayan, the Mongolian, the Hohokam, and the Anasazi or ancestral Puebloans, all of whom the archaeologists say disappeared in the years between 1350 and 1500. Similar to the exact same damn time they say all of the civilizations along the Mississippi disappeared. Would these parallels just so happen to be a coincidence? Or are the fall of these seemingly unconnected civilizations tied together somehow? And what does any of this have to do with America being Egypt? Hold your horses. You know, the same horses they say never existed in America. Hold those horses.
We're just getting the tip of the iceberg here. Anyway, for example, Shim in Egyptian, the word for go or walk, Sima in Uto-Aztecan, Sabak, whatever the vowels were in Egyptian, calf of the leg or lower leg. In Uto-Aztecan, Sipika, same three consonants, calf of the leg, lower leg. Sabti in Coptic, Sopt. Oh, by the way, Coptic is a later form of Egyptian that did put the vowels in. It existed about the time of Christ. Sapti in the Euro-Aztecan language, meaning fence or enclosure. Qabab or Qabba in the Egyptian, meaning cool, calm, quiet. Kopa, quiet and calm in Euro-Aztecan. Man is another one, Ween, so forth. Let's go on to a bunch. Oh yes, now we're getting to something interesting. First I discovered the Kwa dialect of Hebrew, and then I started noticing that all the Egyptian similarities had B changing to P instead of to Kwa. For example, you have the Egyptian word for throat, babit, and in Euro-Aztecan, papi, okay? Identical, except for B's changing to P's. Same meaning. The Egyptian bashi is the verb to vomit or spit out. Bashu is a noun, a verbal noun, or the stuff. In Euro-Aztecan, it matches the noun, pisota, but again, everything matches.
Human sacrifice is quite possibly one of the most taboo subjects history has to offer. Where did this idea of sacrifice of humans come from? Did it start in a single place? If so, where? And how did this practice reach the four corners of the world, considering half of it was undiscovered? Did one day someone just start sacrificing human life without reason? Or were there reasons behind these sacrifices?